Really, the bigger news isn't just price. The bigger news is actually all the enterprise solutions that are going to come out of this presidency. So it's not just Bitcoin. We've got Ripple that's building a stable coin that launches on Tuesday. We've got HBAR that's launching enterprise solutions. We've got Litecoin.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. And they finally start to cut rates. And we know Japan is going to start raising rates. And those trillions of dollars that are sitting in money market accounts are going to start flowing over to the emerging markets. And we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction so they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids' books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back as expected. I told you yesterday it would flip-flop. And we have cryptos right now up. Why? Because we know we have Jerome in the house. And I'll go over that later. And don't forget, guys, we have options on Friday for stocks and cryptos. If you're a part of the Stock Patreon, make sure you pay attention to your calendar. And then also next Friday, we have crypto futures contracts ending. Now we have Arthur Hayes says a dump is coming as Trump becomes president. And we definitely know we're going to be getting a correction, but it has nothing to do with Trump. You know, I tell you this every year, and I'm going to get into that later. So guys, make sure you pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now, short end down, long end up. We have the dollar right now up, and the dollar is super strong. We have volume and crypto slightly up. We have Tether and USDC. And we have remote partnered with Stripe to enable USDC payments for global contractors. And yes, guys, you heard that correct. While the sheep sleep, the NWO builds. And there's a lot of building going on right now. And we're also going to talk about that later. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed repo at $118 billion yesterday. And again, we have Fed Jerome Powell in the house today. And the bond market is telling us a 25 basis point cut. But the Fed tells us all the time they're data dependent. So that definitely means they should be pausing. But if Congress went after these corporations for this corporate greed, they could drop rates 200 basis points. But we know that's not a part of the plan. They want to destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. The machine takeover. Now we have Congress strikes deal to avert government shutdown. And remember last year, Janet Yellen did the emergency that allowed her to tap federal money, and she was flooding the stock market with it. That's not going to happen this year. So that first quarter correction is still on. Now we have Donald Trump met with Crypto.com CEO. And we see Crypto.com moving this fourth industrial revolution along, and they've been untouched. And remember, they're Singapore based. The CEO is from Poland. We have Chainlink CEO from Russia. We have Vitalik Buterin is from Russia, even though they said he's Canadian, the same way they do CZ. But we know these major crypto projects, we see the big banks, big corporation fingers all over it. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, Now we have President Biden backs ban on Congress stock trading. And we know if that ban goes through, we know what happens next. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs right now down. Now getting over into a little crypto news. We have Bybit will end withdrawal and custody services for French users by January 8, 2025. And those MiCA rules are going to steady change crypto in Europe. And we can expect the same thing in the US. Now we have Hong Kong's Hashkey Group launches Ethereum Layer 2 Hashkey chain on mainnet. And Hashkey is all over the emerging markets. And when we see Hong Kong, we know Hong Kong is used as a straw man for China. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Binance delistings, and we know more exchanges. Once we get global regulation, it's going to be a mass delisting. Remember, only 1% of the 1% is going to survive. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Also, we have NASDAQ-listed crypto firm acquires Liberty Road Capital, partners with Zappo Bank. And the narrative has been about debanking these crypto firms, but we know eventually these big banks and big corporations are going to plug in all these wallets so they can start taxing the globe. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have custody firm Taurus partners with Temenos, bringing crypto wallets to thousands of banks. And you're talking about over 3,000 banks. And all they have to do is do one click, and their wallet is attached to their legacy banking account, making it seamless. And yes, guys, you heard that correct. While the sheep sleep, the NWO builds. The sheep will never know that they're using crypto. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Remember, like the current system, they have no clue on how the current system works. And that's why only a few get to take advantage. Now you can educate yourself and your kids on this new current system, so therefore they can take advantage of it and they don't make the same mistake. And that's the reason why educating and re-educating about finances is so important. You don't become a slave to the system. And lastly, we have Bitwise launches Solana staking ETP in Europe. APY 6.4% for stakers. And like I told you guys, if these Ethereum ETFs says staking, Ethereum will be going through the roof. But guys, remember, this is a plan that moves in phases. We know how important staking is going to be in the fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the fourth industrial revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.